Oh, perfect. Obviously, tough loss. Credit to Bowling Green. I think they got bowl eligible with this one, so they get credit to them. A good program, doing it the right way. Scott's doing a great job with those guys. They did a great job coaching. They got the guys ready to roll, and credit to them. Obviously, we got to play better. A lot of young guys played today, and you saw that in the first half of this football game, at linebacker especially. And we got to learn from it. We got to grow on defense for sure. And then offense, I thought we took steps in the right direction, but we got to protect the ball and do things just a little bit better than what we were doing today. But proud of our team's fight. I tell you that much. They fought till the end, which was good, but we got to execute till the end as well, and we didn't do that. So open up for questions.
Yeah, Coach, looking at the tackles for Nick and Bryce, 7 unassisted each, can you kind of talk about, from a coach's perspective, their performance on the field and kind of their progress leading into this game for the week?
Yeah, Nick, Jack Long, you're talking about?
Yeah,
he did a good job. Nick stepped in there. Like I said, we got 4 backers down right now. So he had to step into the starting role, and he's got the most experience out that group. And I thought he came in and played well, and he led well. Next to him, he had two walk-ons and 1 walk-on freshman playing. He did a good job leading him and making sure the moment didn't get too big. So proud of Nick and proud of his performance. And Bryce Shepard does what Bryce Shepard does. I mean, he's been a machine all year long, and I thought he played well today. Kenny did some things better in the special teams unit, but did well at safety for sure.
Chuck? Could you talk a little bit about the struggles in South in the run game after the team gave up 190 rushing yards and 4 touchdowns?
Yeah, you know what? I think it came back to just misfitting some things. We had a couple, like I say, young linebackers playing. You could tell they knew that. They did some things schematically to take advantage of them, to get their eyes in bad spots, so they got to learn from and grow. And I thought at halftime the coaches did a really good job of calming them down a little bit, drawing on what they were seeing, and getting them to relax and just play football. And I thought Saeed especially, he's a true freshman walk-on, but he did a great job in the second half of just calming down, not letting the moment get too big for him. But we got some challenges, and we got guys that got to just grow and learn, and it's part of the process. And we got, like I said, new faces in there, and those new faces, this was their first game, and I thought they did better as the game went on, but obviously not the result we wanted.
Coach Burns, this is Tommy's second straight game being a starter. He's been looking great. Is this the plan going forward?
It is. Tommy's won the job, and Tommy's done a great job with it, and I thought he was growing and got better. And when Mike gets back, Mike will have a role as well. And Mike's been a great leader, not playing right now, but I think Tommy's done a really good job of growing, and I'm proud of Tommy. And Tommy's going. Tommy had an emotional 24 hours, and I tell you what, I started to get a little emotional. His fight today, and I don't know if I can tell you, he lost someone in his family, and last night, and it was a very long night for Tommy. And to see him lead and fight and battle the way he did today, that was impressive. That was really impressive. And that speaks to his character and who he is as a person.
Bowling Green didn't have their bell count running back tonight, so they used a variety of options and different formations in the backfield. They used their tight end a lot. How do you think that challenged your defense?
I thought it challenged our defense a lot. I thought we prepared for him playing, obviously. But again, I thought Scott did a really good job of kind of masking some things, pulling some guards and tackles and getting our backers' eyes in the wrong spot, and then throwing it over their head into a screen. They had 3 or 4 explosive plays just off that. And again, our linebackers will grow and get better. But obviously, they did some really good stuff with the run game with the guys they had in.
How would you assess Trell Harris's performance tonight? It seemed like he bounced back in the second half after a little bit of a rough first half, the fumble and the drop.
Yeah, again, another guy who hadn't played in a while, who got out there and kind of filled in for Krishan and had some struggles early on, but challenged him at halftime, and I thought he responded the right way. And for him, you just can't look back anymore. Now you've had your little wolves, now you came back and responded. I'll build off that over the next 2 games.
Bowling Green ran a fake punt late in the second quarter. What do you think went wrong on that play?
Basically, it was almost like a read, so we were in a return type mode, and the guys released, and then the punter, I don't know if it was staged, but he kind of read it and then he took off. That's really hard to defend, and that's a really good scheme against what we do. So we got to learn from it, get better at it, and in that situation, I could have helped us out maybe going safe punt, which now puts some different keys in our mindset. But I'll take that one. That's on me. That 40 to 40. I'm typically a safe guy anyway. But there, I just thought, how about setting the return and trying to flip the field? So probably got a little bit too greedy there, and that's a credit to them.
How would you assess, Coach, the way your team responded in that second half sequence where you kind of forced them down near the goal line, forced a bad punt in your offense, came back and punched it in?
Yeah, I thought we responded. I thought we responded. We had some fight in us. I think it still comes down to execution. We still didn't execute at a high enough level to win the game. But I thought we showed fight and grit. And, we're still getting better. We're still learning who we are as a football team. And again, a lot of young guys playing. But a lot of new guys playing, and that was their first game and their first experience in that role that we're in, and they'll learn and they'll get better.
Coach, what are you guys going to focus on these last 2 weeks to help you figure out who you are as a team?
Just growing, responding and growing. We're going to take every challenge we have and just find a way to grow and respond in a positive way, and get creative as coaches and find ways to put these guys in the best situation, and just keep getting better. That's all we can do. There's no magic sauce to making this thing up. We are in year one, and year one is about learning and growing. And you look over all the head coaches in the MAC who started off year one, a lot of them had the same type of struggles we had, and it a couple years later turned into success. And that's the plan here. I've done this long enough. I know the recipe, and I know how to do it, and I know that we're moving in the right direction. And I call the timeouts at the end of the game to make sure we finish, and we fought, and we played to the last second of the game. And that's what year one is about. It's about teaching them how to win and how to be really competitors, more so than even winning, just how to compete at a really, really high level. And we're learning how to do that. We're doing it better and better each week. But today, again, I think the new faces and this new starting kind of held us up a little bit, just with the execution side of it.
Yeah, 18 targets for Luke tonight, Coach. Can you kind of harp on what you know about the relationship between him and Tommy on and off the field?
One thing I sat on with Tommy, said, who are you comfortable with throwing the ball to? And he said Luke and Trell. And he said, those guys I've worked with all summer. I'd love to, get them as matchups where I can feel comfortable with the timing with them. So we did some stuff creatively to get Luke involved with Krishan down, and it worked. We got Luke some touches early on in the game and got him flowing. And then we moved him around different spots, to create matchup things for Tommy. And I thought Luke did a good job, had a really good game. And he was another guy challenged this week to step in for Krishan and play at a high level. And I think his development and growth has been really good.
As the season's going on, Coach, you kind of moved towards Jalen Thomas having the bulk of the carries. I know you're a running backs coach guy, and you put a lot of pressure on that position. What have you liked from him this year?
I just like the way he runs behind his pads. He runs behind his pads. He fights for extra yards. He has a good feel for the inside zone, outside zone stuff. He's durable. He doesn't get hurt very often, and he stays on the field, which is really good. And then it doesn't have to be blocked perfectly for him. I always think you have a special back when you can have a guy in the backfield and he still finds a way to find 3 or 4 yards. And if you study Jalen, he very rarely has negative runs. And being a former running back coach, that is a very big thing, keeping you on schedule as you want 4 yards of play. He does that pretty well. And he probably doesn't always have the explosive side of it, but at running back, in my opinion, you got to be a game manager and make sure you limit the negative runs, keep us on schedule with 4 yards of carry or 3 to 4 yards of carry, and find ways to make sure the offensive playbook is completely open. And he does a good job with that.
And you seem to add your tight ends a little bit more to your offense. Hayden and Justin got involved a little bit in the passing game. What do you think are some of the reasons behind that?
I think Krishan going down. Again, it's now the full playbook, in my opinion, getting guys involved. And then just schematically, we created some run pass kind of conflict for their linebackers. And we got the tight end up the middle a couple times off of some stuff we did last week, and created confusion for them. So it was good to get Holmesy and Jump going a little bit today, and hopefully they can build off that.
Any other questions here for Coach? All right, Coach, thank you for a moment of your time.
Yeah, appreciate the coverage. Go Flash and King River.